God bless you as we have on this presentation our beloved Deacon Mark and our Elder Sherwin, all members of the church. It would be nice to hear your comment, even via the telephone. But God bless you at this time, while our brother Mark, deacon of the church, a very helpful and meaningful young man, as we all work together, showing our respect to others and doing the best we can so that we will have good followers. God bless you, Deacon.
Good night to all there. First, let me say a warm welcome to all of you all tonight. I also want to send out greetings to our Pastor Headley,
Yes.
hoping that he would be with us for the next broadcast.
God bless him.
I'm hoping that he would be here. From all reports, he is coming around very good. So that is it. Now,
Amen.
to the topic, respect. I'm going to look at this from the angle of time. People don't have no respect for people's time.
My Lord.
And it starts, in my opinion, when at school. You see a lot of times parents take school children late. Now, I understand if they have, for whatever reason, some legitimate reason for being late, because no one will always be on time. But they instill in their little ones that going to school late is all right. Then they go from primary school to secondary school. Mm-hmm. And the school starts, let's say, at 8:30, and at 8:45, you will see a big set of them either waiting for a particular minibus or waiting on a transport board bus after letting 4 or 5 pass. Now, we grew up with this thing inside of us that we don't have to be early for anything. And it goes a lot deeper than there. Okay, let's take it down now to a wedding. I've known people, when you say, well, okay, Mark, I want you to take some pictures for me at a wedding. And I said, but, I don't particularly like to do weddings because the bride don't want to be early. And people start to get itchy. But it is the bride there and she should be late. No. Error. If you tell the bride that if she come early, she can get $1 million, she can be there before everybody else.
Oh, yes.
Right? And people have to understand that you must respect people's time. Because you hire a man to take your pictures. You don't hire a man for a whole day. If he charge you for a whole day, you're not going to want to pay. So you have to have respect for people and their time. And we just go into this thing. Have a cruise. The cruise is supposed to start at 10. You turn up at 12:30 and expect that the people be waiting on dock for you.
Exactly.
You understand? And it does not make any sense to me. Maybe because I came up in the military, but it doesn't make sense. 1,800 hours is 1,800 hours.
Yes.
Or 6 o'clock in the evening. That is what it means. It don't mean 5 past. It don't mean tutor. It means at a particular time. And you would see that when the police, the army, those military organizations had a parade that is slated for a particular time, when that time comes, the parade starts. And it shows you that people that like this sort of thing can get there early.
Yes.
But they can't get to church early.
True.
As Sharon told me earlier, they sit down home and wait till they hear the drum hit the first beat.
Yeah, it's true.
So if the drummer don't come church that day, they got problems. So, and a lot of this respect or disrespect is because people don't have no respect for your time, my time, their time, nobody time.
My Lord.
Yes, good night, Barbados. And Mark is correct because he is the wedding photographer. I am basically the wedding DJ, so I did a lot of weddings. And I remember I am a person, I'm always early. So there was one wedding, I was a bit late, and I was nervous because, I got to go and set up, I rushing. By the time we got to the hotel, when we walking in, we saw the bride and the bridal party, the alignment, and they know how to go to church. And you can imagine how long that they kept those people waiting because the hotel was a good distance from the church. So they obviously had to drive to that church, get married, and then drive back. That is why there are some priests now that are actually charging a fee if they're late. So I believe that is probably helping.
Amen.
My answer, sure. I mean, fellas say charge $200. We pay $200. We just gonna be late. We just gonna be late.
On the topic of time, there are some people, as Mark said, they don't respect time. Okay, I can look at time from a different perspective. There are some people that get into a relationship, and then you will hear them 20 years later, oh, I waste 20 years with this husband, I waste 20 years with this wife, I waste 20 years in this relationship. And if a man does not respect you before marriage, why do you believe that he will respect you after marriage? The reason why there is so much disrespect and problems in some marriages is the fact that a lot of people ignore the red flags. No one is perfect. But if you date someone that is toxic, you constantly complain about how toxic the person is. You marry the toxic person, what do you think the end result will be? You cannot keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. I saw a post on Facebook, and I know Mark and Heinz is going to find it very interesting. I saw a post on Facebook a couple of weeks ago. Someone made a statement, basically raised a question, and I quote, if you could go back in time and change anything in your past, what would it be? So they wanted the people to comment and say, well, look, if you could go back in time now and change anything, what would it be? Would you believe majority of the people in the comment said my spouse? Can you really imagine out of everything they could change, the majority wanted to change their husband and wife, not change and then change the personality, get rid of them.
Oh.
But you see, that is because that too is a lack of respect. I mean, you like you said, you got married to some person. I don't think that you meet them today and marry them tomorrow.
True.
So, you would have seen things that you don't like, and you would have hoped that you can work on those things before. But I'm going to take it on a different angle. The problem is that they left God out the marriage.
Exactly.
So when they first hook up, it was lust. It wasn't love. And then things happen, and maybe you had a child or two, and then you sit down and say, you know what? Let me make this legal. Mm-hmm. But that's all it really is. It's not about being in love with the body and you want to share the rest of the life with them. So you would get these type of problems.
Yes.
And that this is a fact. A lot of people get married to people for different reasons. And the problem is that a lot of people get married to people that they don't respect. So you're going to have the problem later.
True.
You understand?
Yeah.
And once you started out wrong, you're going to finish wrong. You're going to have children, and they're going to be seeing the things that you are doing. And they are going to do them same things too.
If this couple is looking properly, would it be possible for them to see some of the problems that lie ahead?
Yes. If you are looking at this thing positively, if you are looking at this thing for a long-term relationship, but if you are looking at this thing through the eyes of lust, you ain't seeing nothing further than your eyelashes.
Wow.
Nothing further than your eyelashes. And the disrespect will be straight in front of you, and you are not seeing it, or you're seeing it and telling yourself, man, I can work with this.
Yeah.
I can work with this. And as the old people tell you, the more the monkey climb, the more you show your tail. So in short, the more you allow these things to fester, they will come back to haunt you.
So as you look and you see these things, your focus should be to try to avoid these things happening so that your marriage would be an admirable one.
Yeah, to get rid of the person, because if you're seeing all these red flags, then why marry this person?
Yep.
If this person beat you before, when you are married, the man gonna say, well, look, we married no use money, so he gonna beat you more.
It is true. Like, and if it comes to a case where for whatever reason, the man or the woman tell you, boy, you pack up and left, trust me, and you go back together, the possibility that is going to happen again.
Again, if
You
it's not
understand?
that with, yeah.
If you don't deal with the problem, I'm not saying that people can't make mistakes and that you can't work on them, but you know, people would forgive you, but I ain't so sure that they're gonna forget.
True. And a lot of times too, people also get married for money. So that's another problem. So if you marry a man because he's rich, and then that man somehow, let's say, misfortune, and he lost the riches, then what?
You're gonna start to disrespect him,
Exactly.
right? And then you're gonna start to say, well, before everything go on, let me divorce you so that I can get half what we got.
Yes.
So what is really the serious cause of a man and a woman decide to marry? What is it? As one of you say, money. But if it is love, let us find out what is love. You know, and emphasize on that, the cause, what is love? And if love is there, a problem prompting up in our relationship should not break our relationship of marriage.
True. Because if a woman truly loves you, and let's say you as a man, you got sick, because you know the vow said, for better or worse, sickness and health, that is how you know now if your wife really loves you or not. Because if you get sick and she take care of you, you know she loves you, but you know there's some, when you get sick, she can pet you and your mother veranda, pet you on your family. So that is a true test when someone gets sick.
But do you think that the man that is not married, when he see the one that is married with so many flaws, that it should not be a lesson for him,
Yes.
making his marriage a stronger marriage?
True. It's true.
Yeah, you know, they say that a wise man learn by another man's mistake, a fool learn by his own.
Yeah.
My Lord.
So if you, as Brother Sharon was saying earlier, if you are seeing all the red flags and you just ignoring them, you're gonna have problems. You are going to have problems. And out of those red flags, I will say to you, however you look at it, they're disrespectful. They're things that are not right, things that you should not be doing, and all of that. And we embrace a lot of things, and at the beginning, like I said, we talk about we love you, and people tell love is blind, but then love that is lust, cause you just about want to be intimate with the person. So the pretty girl, or you know, a girl says, "Oh, a handsome guy," and you know, he has a nice car and he has a nice home, and that's as far as you see him. Right?
So what are some of the main things that you think should cause two people to get married? I mean, let's get serious, because I believe that this presentation should be a help to those that are listening. I mean, is it because the person looked like a good sex mate, or the person, as you mentioned a while ago, they are a good money mate? So what are some of the important things that a man and a woman should really look into or for a mate?
First of all, I would say the heart.
The heart.
Look to the heart. Look,
so how am I going to see a man's or a woman's heart?
See, by their actions.
Okay.
You see, you could tell someone by the actions. Now, a man now will see a woman that is beautiful. As Mark said, he will lust this woman. But this woman can't cook. She can't wash. She can't clean. There's another woman now that is not as beautiful as her, but could do all these things.
Yes.
So something he lusts after the beauty.
Yes.
So
yes.
Therefore, the mistake he's making now, he want food.
When the beauty gone, the love is gone.
Exactly. Sometimes he want food, he left money for food, but when he come back, all he sending nails and eyelashes and hair. So
well, that is true. But you see, and I go back to this, a lot of the problems come because they leave God out of the equation.
yes,
When you're going to get married, what you should do is sit down and work with your goals.
Yeah.
Work out, at 10 years down the road, we should have our little one-bedroom place with a bicycle,
yeah,
and be working towards that. You understand?
Yeah.
That is not the plan, and then your friend got 4 effects and you want to go to all 4 when you say, well, no, you know that we can only afford
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
effect a month.
Yeah. Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, but I don't go away, you don't carry me away, and don't get fooled. It's not that the men gone and left and the women ain't carrying away. The women gone and left and the men ain't carrying away either.
exactly.
So you would recognize, and that is why it is always advisable to have a fairly long courtship where you can assess
Get to know the person well.
to know the people. I'm not telling you that you should go and have a sex. Me, I'm saying to you, you look at the persons, and because I can come and tell you anything, and at the end of the day, when it's time to pitch up, I just not doing what he said I'm going to do.
True.
So, and this is what happens in a lot of the marriages and about respect.
Yeah.
Because there are some men and women who would say they can do A and don't do it.
Exactly.
But then there are some women that and men as well who don't say much about what they can do, but they do. They go and they see something nice and they tell themselves, well, you know what, my spouse would like this.
Yeah.
And there's nothing more disrespectful that you go and you see like a nice dress or something and you say, well, okay, and buy this carry home for my wife. And when you carry it home, she want who you buy that for?
Yeah,
Oh
she
my
criticize
goodness.
it.
You know,
Yeah.
what and you might not see it, but that is disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know?
So a man should really ask himself, do I really know what would please my wife before he purchase anything at all?
And hopefully he should. But I without want to think that I am hard on women, but it is extremely difficult in a lot of cases, not all. It's extremely difficult in a lot of cases to get a woman pleased. I stand a little bit toe tight. I might get some licks for this from some people that listen to the program, some ladies, but it is a fact, and vice versa. You know, women bend over backwards to clean the house and have it nice and thing for the husband, and he come to the door and she said, well, hun, you know, I was dealing with the child and cleaning the house, so the food no on. Ma, you know, you can't home from work, you should have the food on.
Yeah.
It's all them kind of things. You
So,
know,
tell me, do you believe that a man really prove a woman to be a good wife before he marry?
that would be the ideal thing to do.
Yes.
Huh?
That would be as Mark said, that would be the ideal thing. Because before you marry, you will know who you have.
Of course.
You will know. And I gotta tell you now, one of the biggest marriage killers, the mother-in-law. That is the mother. Because sometimes she just compete with that wife for attention. And me tell you, if you as a woman and you got a mother-in-law that here, you only God can help you. She is going to terrorize you. And they tell you terrorize.
But I can also say this too, and all respect. Sometimes men that be looking to marry somebody that like the mother.
Yeah. Especially if the mothers feed them properly.
And that kind of thing. I mean, and no, I am serious. Some men, when they're looking for a wife, a lot of men look for the qualities that they see in their mother, right? Whether they're good qualities or they're bad qualities. And I'm saying to you, if you want to get married to Cicely, look at Cicely's qualities. Don't compare Cicely with your mother, with the girlfriend you had last week, with the girlfriend you had when you were 2 years old. No, Cicely is Cicely.
So then if that is so, that they look for a wife to have some of the qualities that their mother had, Well, then why should something that occur now while we are married cause a break in our relationship? You're accustomed to this, so therefore it should not cause a break in your relationship.
It caused a break in the relationship because, as Brother Sherwin said earlier, we start to disrespect one another. It is
Yes.
not that we have a problem, so let us sit down and discuss it. You understand? No. You want to fly off the handle.
Yes.
You want to curse. You want to carry on. And believe it or not, the lot of people that don't curse, carry on, that don't beat the wives and don't fool yourself. Wives beat husbands too.
Yes.
You know? But they do it subtly.
Or
you know?
secretively.
Yeah. So what happened now is that, Sharon got married and he invite the boys over, his wife. He say, you know what? When they come, I gone.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And
What do you think is that?
because she don't want to be around
But
his
should
friends.
he have talked that over with his wife before inviting them?
Yes, I think so. I mean, I don't think that. Okay, a friend of yours might drop in by the way, but I'm not saying if you're planning something that you're going to have your friends over,
Yeah.
your wife should be part of that.
Yes.
Your wife should be part of that planning. Your wife should be there with you to assist you, to direct you, and because let me face it, sometimes we men just go out half cocking and the little things, the little details that women look for, we don't look at.
Some men go there.
Go off half cock like crazy when it comes to certain things. They don't like your wife will sit down and say, no, that is not the right way to do this. This is how we do it. This is how it will be done, and with a decent etiquette. A man would say, no, man, give me the spoon and let me eat. She said, no, you're supposed to use a particular spoon for a particular whatever. That I'm just drawing different recipes.
Yes, I understand.
And there are some wives that like to disrespect a husband in front of his friends. Make
Yes.
you look small.
Showing
Some
off.
some just get pleasure out of doing that.
So
Showing off.
when those type of things happen, it makes the spouse, whether it is the man that is made to look small, or if it is the woman that is made to look small, feel deflated and they're embarrassed, and these things are not right because, and I go back say again, it's because they take God out. They take God out of the equation, because if they go back to the Bible, you would see that God said that they should become one.
Yes.
And if they had become one, I started to think about something. I started a statement. You can finish it, because you're one person.
Yes.
But a lot of times, sometimes they got married in the church. They were going to church, and then they go out their ways. So once you take God out of the equation, boss, we got problems.
Of course we do.
We got problems.
I believe that we do have reasons for problems, and we should also have a system in our spirit to deal with these problems before they allow us to divide us. So tonight, to those of you who are listening to this, we are going to continue on another segment, but believe me, there is too much divisions, too much breaking ups, too many divorces. And before we close this, I would like to say this. We as ministers have a responsibility of speaking to these husbands and wives before we join and give them the okay for what you call it? Divorce. Divorce. And I don't agree in divorce. I don't believe in it. It should not be in our Christians' exercise. And I trust that as we continue to show respect your wife before you marry, or respect the woman before you marry her. She respect you before you marry, and go on and increasing in this respect business.
Yes, I think that we're adjustable all the time. So I will say this, until the next program, where we will continue, because we had a number of other things to talk about. May God continue to bless you until next time. Keep on keeping on.
Take that letter R in respect and let it be a meaningful research that you take in heart and mind and spirit before you think about marriage. Make sure you got the right. In fact, you never know that you got the right man or right woman. But I'm saying to you, do your best and take care of the vows that you have made. I want to thank our Deacon Mark and our Elder Sherwin, and those of you who have been listening to this program. God abundantly bless you, and don't let this stop you from looking. Look carefully and choose wisely, and let God be in your decision making. So I say to you, keep on keeping on until Jesus comes or he calls for us. God bless you.